5.
Okay, we're going to start with chapter 6. Chapter 6 is talking about multiplying and dividing rational expression and functions. Learning objectives. Read the Ryan.
Number 1, evaluate rational functions. 2, find the domain of a rational function. 3, interpret information given by the graph of a rational function. 4, simplify rational expressions. 5, multiply rational expressions. And 6, divide rational expressions.
Okay, we have keywords here. You need to look for their meaning. Polynomial, asymptote, factoring, common, multiplicative, inverse, reciprocal, domain, and range. Search on the internet or in the book to find their meaning. Quick summary. Let's make a quick summary for the lesson and then we'll go step by step. So this is just a summary. It said a rational expression consists of a polynomial divided by non-zero polynomial. A rational function is defined by the formula that is rational expression. The domain of the rational function is a set of all real numbers except those for which the denominator is 0. So here is giving you an example, and the denominator here x squared plus x minus 6. That's what you have to look. If he's giving you something like this, he said f of x equal x plus 2, and he say find the domain will be all real numbers. Okay, but if he's giving you a denominator, which in this case x squared plus x minus 6, in this you have to factor. So to factor the denominator, what you're going to get?
3, 2.
Either 6 and 1 or 3 and 2. So which one would you choose?
3, 2.
Plus minus 2.
Plus 3 minus 2.
Minus 2.
To check your answer, you have to do what?
It's 5.
Have a face.
Have a face.
If you add this, what do you get? Plus x, correct? And if you multiply negative 2 times positive 3, does it give you negative 6?
Yes.
Yes, so this is true. And then you just rewrite the one on the top. Is this clear? So your domain here, you cannot have the value of negative 3. You cannot have the value of positive 2. So you are squeezed between what and what? Right. You cannot have this. Also, you cannot have 2, but you have any number that is greater than 2 to where? Infinity. And you can have numbers that is less than 3 to what? Negative infinity. And between them, you put what? Union. Union means or. Union means what? Or. Intersection means a and. Is this clear? Now let's go for simplifying. He is giving you simplification. The first thing you should do here is to factor out the numerator and the denominator. So what is the greatest common factor? 4. What's the greatest common factor here? Or we don't have greatest common factor, so we do just different of 2 squares. And then you cancel, and this is your final answer. Same thing here, this is multiplication. So you need to factor the top, greatest common factor for the bottom, factor this side as well. Then you cancel and you get this answer. Okay, what's the difference between multiplication and division? Division just divided by. So you have to flip everything. So y plus 5 goes up, y squared minus 9 goes down. And then you factor y squared minus 9 become y plus 3, y minus 3. 5, y plus 15, take 5 as a common, and what's left? Y plus 3. Y plus 5 all squared, that's mean you have the same parentheses but twice. And then you cancel and you get your final answer. I show you simply the summary. Now let's go for step-by-step solution. Read the Ryan. Read the one on the left side.
The rational function f of x equals 120x over 100 minus x models the cost f of x in thousands of dollars. Remove x% of the pollutants that a city has discharged into a lake. Find and interpret f of 40.
So here he said there is a function here. This function is a model of the cost in dollars, in thousands of dollars, to remove x% of pollution in the city. So if he replace x by 40, what will be the percentage? I'm sorry, if he wants to remove 40% of the pollution, what will be the cost? 80,000. You replace x by 40. Okay. Now let's read this one. Read the Ryan.
The rational function f p of x equals 100 times x minus 1 over 10 models the percentage of smoking-related deaths among all the deaths from a disease, which is p of x, in terms of the disease's incidence ratio, which is x. Find p of 10 and describe what this means in terms of an incidence ratio of 10 as shown in the chart.
So here, the rational function b of x equal this function here. Models the percentage of smoking-related deaths. Okay? Among all deaths from disease. Bx in terms of disease incidence ratio. Find b of 10. So all you have to do is just replace x by 10, and that will give you a value. So what this mean, the 90 here? What does it mean?
Smoking related death.
Smoking? Smoking related death?
From disease.
From disease?
Smoking-related deaths among all the deaths from a disease.
Yeah.
Say again?
As in the first line, the smoking-related deaths.
This among all this from a disease.
90% of all deaths from a disease are from smoking. Sorry.
Okay, so this is the answer. Smoking-related death among all deaths from a disease is 90 in terms of diseases, incidence, ratio 10. Does it make sense?
Yeah, it's 90%.
90%? Okay. Yes.
ليش هو ضاف 100 في الفرص 100 في 10 و100 في minus 1
Because according to the order of operation, we do the one inside the parentheses first. So the inside the parentheses is what? 10 minus 1. Okay, let's move on to the next one. Okay, Ryan, read the next one.
Right side?
Yes.
Find the domain of f if f of x equals to x over x plus 5 squared.
So it's asking you to find the domain. If he's giving you the one on the top, so the domain will be negative infinity to positive infinity because nothing will interfere with that function. But if you have something in the denominator that's interfere with the function, so you should not have a 0 here. So what value will make the one in the denominator 0? We say negative 5, right?
Yeah.
So how did I get negative 5?
Because negative 5.
Make it equal to 0, right? So it should not equal 0. So your answer will be from where to where?
to 5 to 5
Is that clear? Put in the middle union. Easy? Next.
So ليش فعلا union؟
Why we put union? Why did you put union?
I guess عشان بناتهم يعني.
Yeah, it is just like say ma. Together, yeah.
Just ما ذكر إنه سويناها قبل.
Okay, that's something new. Sometimes we eat new chocolate and it tastes different. Oh, first time I eat this chocolate. Yeah, it's a chocolate, but it's a new type.
You're making me hungry. Be hungry.
Yeah. I was in Dammam and I went to this sweet store and I see so many types of chocolate. I say, which one is the best one? They say, all of them, they are the same. I say, give me one from this and give me one from this. So I go home, I taste the first one, so good. Something liquid inside is like caramel or something. I taste the second one, it's not as good as the first one. But the price is how much? Expensive. 160 per kilo. Okay? So if you have the money, you can spend. Okay, Ryan, read number 3.
Left side. Fill in the blank a vertical line that the graph of a function approaches but does not touch is said to be a vertical asymptote of the graph.
Yes. So he said here a vertical line that the graph of a function approaches but does not touch. For example, let's make some graph or something. So I'll put the graph like this, for example, Ian. That's a vertical line that the graph of a function approach but does not touch is said to be a vertical asymptote. So this line, what is this? This is the y-axis, right?
Yeah.
Yes, and this is what, let's say, for example, 3. So it doesn't touch the y-axis and it doesn't touch the 3 because x here is what? 3. So that line is asymptote to 3, asymptote to y. Next one. Now, yes.
Break for Ryan. Fill in the blank horizontal line that the graph of a rational function approaches at the far left or the far right is called a horizontal of the graph. I think it's good. So,
Asymptote.
asymptote.
So how can we graph this? Do you know how to graph this? Anyone? Horizontal line that the graph of the, for example, let's make a dotted line here. And then you make a graph like this. So how much the value here? Let's say this is 5, and this is the x-axis. So horizontal line that the graph of the rational function approaches at the far left and the far right is called horizontal asymptote. So here it doesn't touch what? The x-axis, and it doesn't touch 5. So that's what, how can you say it?
Yeah.
Is that clear?
Yeah.
Move on.
Move.
Okay, need someone to read number 4a.
Simplify x plus 2 over x squared minus x minus 6.
Okay, if it's only the top, no problem. It's negative infinity to positive infinity. But you have the denominator. The denominator here, you're not supposed to have 0. Right. What value will make this 0? Right. Can you guess? Can you guess? Can you guess?
Sure.
It's hard or difficult?
Two. Negative 2.
So I suggest we do what? Factor. So factor this, it makes your life much easier. So you're gonna get, what you're gonna get? X and x, correct? 6 is what by what? Either 6 times 1 or 2 times 3. So which one will you choose? 2 and 3? Okay, the sign? Minus here? Well, a positive here. And here minus. Now to check your answer, what do you do? So they give you 2x, negative 3x. They give you negative x. Do you have negative x? Yes, here. You want to check the last one. So you have to multiply the last one times the last one. Does it give you negative 6? Yes. So your answer is correct. So in this case, we're going to say, what are we going to say, Ryan? X plus 2 equal what? 0. So x cannot equal what? Negative 2. X minus 3 equals 0. So x cannot equal what? 3. So your answer will be what, Ryan? from 3 to infinity, and from where to where?
From negative infinity to
From 3 to negative 2,
negative.
and then negative 2 to where? Negative infinity. Is this clear? Any questions? And what do we put in the middle? Onion? No, put garlic, okay? You can put onion. 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 I think onion is like this, the spelling. But it's not onion, I'm sorry, it's union, okay? I think you're thinking about food. Okay? No, it's correct.
Okay.
As long that you are fasting, it's fine. Next one. What should I do, Ya Ali? If it's the top, it's fine. But the bottom, what value will make the bottom 0? So what do we have to do? Make it equal to what? 0. Now take x as a common. We get x plus 5 equal 0. So you have two solutions. X equals 0. X plus 5 equal what? 0. So x cannot equal 0. X cannot equal negative 5. So now you have two values. You have here infinity, you have here negative infinity. Which one will go with this one? And which one will go with this one?
0.
0 here, and here negative 5. What about in the middle?
Minus 5 to 0.
Right, minus 5 to 0. And what should you put here, union or garlic?
Garlic.
Union, correct.
Last second.
Yeah. Easy as easy? Let's move on. Okay. I will leave this one to you. I'm gonna do as a classwork. I'll leave it for you so you can do it. Okay. All this multiplication, I will leave it to you. I'm gonna do the division. Okay. This is what division. So the division will turn to be what? Multiplication. You have to flip it. And then you have to factor this. If you factor this, you take the common. So it's going to be x minus 2 over 15. Okay? Do you like to kill? Do you like to kill?
Yes, of course.
Okay, so can you kill this? X minus 2, x minus 2. Can you kill 5? 5 goes to 15 how many times? Okay, so what's your final answer? That's correct. Easy as easy? Move on. You have the booklet now, you can start writing in it. Move on. Oh, now it's your turn. I will do the hard one and I'll let you do the easy one, okay? So here he said, use the given rational function to find the indicated function value. If the function doesn't exist, so it's tick. So he's giving you a function and he said, replace x by what? So all you have to do, x squared, 0 squared minus 25 over 0 plus 5. And that gives you negative 25 over 5. You cancel and you get minus 5. Easy as easy? Now it's your turn now to do the remaining one. Okay? Yeah, I'm sorry. I have to do the hard one because I need to help you.